Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. So it's Tuesday's request day, and if you've got any maps you'd like to request, today is a good day to do it. Stick them down in the comments, please. If you can include the Steam links, that's a bonus point as well. Or you can use Twitter or Facebook or Patreon or Carrier Pigeon or whatever you like, smoke signals even. Now, today's map, it's a good one. Not so good if you want lots of build playing, but in terms of gameplay, in terms of challenge, and in terms of it looking really good, it's a good map. And that's from a request map as well. Normally they don't shine, but today's does. But before we do any shining, it's that daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you very much for your support. Today's map is Bligh Island by Hamshi. I wonder if this has anything to do with Captain Bligh. Anyway, apparently it's modelled on a Canadian little plot of land, you know. There's your start square. Looks workable, I would say. Definitely on the island in the middle of the map. Resources are mostly forestry. The oil you won't be able to access, and there's a little bit of ore. Looks also inaccessible as well, but forestry, all good. Now there's a little bit to subscribe to. We're using the Alps Dolomites theme. We'll be using the realistic 1.2 Lux because nothing else is prescribed. You will need all of those trees, otherwise things will be missing. Maybe a lot of it be missing. Cell phone tower, I never spotted that one in the review. I'm sure it's there. And network extensions too for the roads and the tunnels. I do like the good write-up as well. Now, a little nod here to these walls. These are vanilla walls plopped in there to prevent rockfall from creeping onto the road. Stop some small rockfalls. I don't think it'll stop a complete landslide. But hey, it's a nice touch. It's a genuine nice touch, and it's out in the fog, so it doesn't matter that much. And again here, little one, easier to see as well. And yes, the wall wasn't properly connected up at the end, but yeah, fly past that one. It's fine. Again, this bridge isn't perfectly aligned at each end, but it's perfectly aligned symmetrically. So actually, I don't mind it. I think it passes by almost unnoticed. And if something passes by unnoticed, it's good. It just means that there's nothing ghastly striking out at you saying, "Ugh, have you seen this? Fix it." Nothing there to be fixed really, unless you really do like your bridges to start and begin together. Aesthetically, lots of trees. Clearly lots and lots of trees. You need the unlimited tree mod, no doubt, for this one. Now we've got a bridge coming up. This bridge is perfect. I would, however, like to have seen that as being a custom bridge. I think a nice couple of arches in there would look amazing. So yeah, that's the only thing. That's when we get to the end, then you say, well, why didn't you give it 5 stars for aesthetics? Because I think a custom bridge there would have helped. There's also another thing that draws away from a 5th star for aesthetics. Oh, here, this is a nice touch. Got elevated road on this side, but a land-based road on the other side. You can see a little bit of terrain glitching on the edge of the road there. But I think, do you know what? I think that's a valiant effort, and I think it works. It's just shy of being 1000% perfect, you know? But still, very nice indeed. Now we're heading down towards the start square intersection, which is fine, very workable, very smooth, slick. Slick is the word I would use for this, actually. We come down here and have a little look here. The slip roads are nice, long, it just merges nicely. And then we've got the network extensions to tunnel, which is fully rendered, of course. That always is a nice thing to see. Nothing that the map maker's done. It's just just including it is just a nice thing. Got a little bit of road glitching there. That would be easy to fix, but it is there. There we are. Now we'll point something out with the trees along the side of the road. Shall we do that now? Shall we do it in a minute? I think I might do it in a minute. Down here, we got the start square roundabout, which is perfectly lovely. Perfectly lovely. Lots of lovely build space around there to get you started. And one thing, these lamps, these street lights, I think that these are the airport lights, aren't they? I find them a little bit of an overkill, but maybe it's just because it's all supposed to be developed, so it's maybe construction lights, possibly. Maybe. You might want to replace them anyway. Yeah, we've got all these felled logs because they're developing this area. Now we've got perfect roads up until now. Now we've got the dirt tracks, and you may notice that these are imperfect. Okay, you might go, well, the dirt tracks are going to go through trees. Yes, but they're not going to literally drive through the trees now, are they? These are, I think obviously these were put down with anarchy switched off or on even. But yes, there's a bit of a loss of detailing score going on here because they're just about everywhere. It's not the worst one on the map. We'll show you that one in a few minutes time. But before we get to that, we've got something at the end of the road. And it's the asset review, and it's Lost Gecko. We haven't reviewed anything from Lost Gecko for a while. It's about time we did. This is the Angers Shop 1. I hopefully got the pronunciation right there. Angers Shop 1 maybe. France, Lost Gecko. Factoids, because Factoids. Got the short one today. The first can. You know that saucy French dance where they flick their knees up and then their leg up and they show their, well, they're undercrackers, but their undercrackers reach their ankles, so it's not really that saucy by today's standards. Anyway, the first can was to be danced on an English stage was seen in 1866. And back then, that was internet porn right there. That was. Now down here, I'd like to see a door at ground level there. How are you supposed to get into that little alcove there? You know, you drop any litter in there, you've got to climb through a window to clear it up. Maybe there isn't one in real life, but anyway, Angers Shop 1, France by Lost Gecko, today's asset of the day. I shouldn't be too critical about missing doors on the inside. They're not supposed to be seen, really, but they've got windows on the inside there. Oh, we've got a rock bit on the road here. That isn't a standalone rock. That's part of this whole asset, so we'll move the whole asset back. And there we are, and that's done. It's a prop, really, rather than, is it a prop? Well, every prop is an asset, but not every asset is a prop. There we are. Now, trees along the side of the road. See how we got just like forestry all over, and these are just like lined up along. This is a prop line tool stretch of trees. In fact, more than one stretch, about 3 of them. They don't really blend in with the rest of the forest. I find it a little bit odd. It's not the last time we'll see this, actually, but yeah, it doesn't really blend. I mean, everything else blends beautifully between types of trees. Another really nice bridge going on here. Perfectly aligned pretty much all the way across. And really aesthetically pleasing as well with that river running through it. And good basic detailing going on all over there. But yes, I'm all for, if you want to detail the edge of your highways with some trees, just give it a little bit of detailing. That makes sense. But when it's running through forest, if you've got natural forest on either side, why would you plant trees along the side? I'm sure you guys are going to say, I'm just checking here I thought that was terrain glitching, but it's not. It's fine. Yes, I'm sure loads of you are going to send me this potential secondary start location there. Send me lots of images off of Google Earth of just down the road from you in British Columbia, where they have lines of trees lining the road which have been hand planted, and then forests beyond. I'm sure you'll do that. It just doesn't make sense to me. And there we are, just saying it. Now, I do like these islands. These little islands here are a high point for me because they genuinely look like randomly coalesced bits of soil in the middle. It looks natural, and that's always a winner. Heading across here, we come back down to ground again. It looks real, it looks natural. And now on the right, we've got all this driftwood and a prop line of trees between that and the sea or the bay, and I like that. But when we come around here, actually, let's have a little look back down here. See this line of trees on the other side, kind of matching the one between us and the bay. And it's almost like a prop line tool job there as well. I mean, it's hard to really mark out exactly where the prop line tree. So you've got one there, and then you've got a one there, and then there's kind of a bit of a gap. But then you've got one. It's down here. There's definitely a prop line going on, and you can tell by the difference between those trees and the ones directly behind them. It just seems, for me, a little bit distracting. I didn't mind them between there and the bay, because between there and the bay, it just makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? Like now along there. That's kind of, yeah, that's beautification. The other side just doesn't seem to be needed. But anyway, I digress. Let's go back to the roads. Shall we go back to the roads? I think we should go back to the roads. Of course, I'm not commenting too much about the roads because there's not much to say. We've got the one route cutting right across the middle of the map, which means all the traffic is going to be on it. Would it be nice if there was an extra traffic route? Possibly. But there we are. Across the bridge there. Oh, did you see that? Look at this. We have definitely got a tree in the road here. It's going to be a hazard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oof. Near disaster there. Near disaster. Hang on, let me pull out the bulldozer. Hang on. Doom. There you go. There you go, mate. You are very, very welcome. I just saved that guy's life. Did you see that? What a hero. Alright, and then off to the edge of the map. These perfect highways, basically. There's no jinky janky. They are just lovely done. Lovely work. Lovely, lovely stuff. Now the rail, cutting across through the forests. No trees on the lines. It's a bonus point. Like trees coming right up close to them with no catenary clipping by the looks of it. This is a really nice looking spot as well across. This is like the water outlet from a secondary river into the bay. Outlets? Did I use the word outlet? I'm sure there's a word. I was going to say river mouth, but it's not really a river mouth, is it? It's like a marsh that just like meets the ocean. It's cool. It's very not very aesthetically pleasing, and we will be using that. Pretty sure, maybe for the closing credits. Right. Okay. Now we've got the rail goes in underneath the road bridge, which is a nice touch. And look at this. If I can get in there under the road, this is going to be tricky camera work. Hang on. Look at that. Lovely. It's a good height. It's the right height as well. I don't know if I can stay under. I can't stay under there. It's not going to work. And it works beautifully. It goes all the way, follows the bend until we get to the suspension bridge. And if we go underneath the suspension bridge, you'll notice a slight change. Hang on, just level my camera up and pull up. There we go. Yeah, central bridges have a central column, and that kind of like draws away from the realism if you are a real pretentious you know what like me. But it is still technically a detailing error, and so we're going to mark it down for that. Minor stuff, really minor stuff. Shades of grey, you know. It's all shades of grey. 50 of them.
Have you ever wanted to create a snow scene in your summer city, but you're not interested in buying the Snowfall DLC? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Snow Without DLC by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
And so back to Bligh Island by Hamshi, and shipping routes that are both good and bad. Yeah, both. It's sad. Like here, this is the good. We have got a beautiful triangle split off there, which enables the ships not to have to take right angle turnings, and a lovely, this is the bridge I'd like to see customed, and that is a really good height for the vanilla traffic. So that's what is good. Also, the shipping routes themselves go down what I would say are good, sensible routes. You basically want shipping routes where the shipping routes are going. So I'm all for that as well. And then this loops back around here, and we've got our second bridge. Now, the location of the shipping route is excellent, but the bridge is too low. Shipping will crash right through that. This loops back to, well, where we split off earlier with that high bridge. And we've got the triangular split here as well, which is, again, excellent work. Then if we come down here, we've got this. The shipping crosses over each other, which would encourage possible shipping to do a real sharp, acute turn there to get back off the edge of the map. Whether it will or not, I couldn't say for sure because I've not seen it, but it could. Now, water flow here. There's a little bit of water. This is a map dominated by edge of map water flow. And when you get little passages like that, that is where the water gets squeezed through, and you get the arrows, and this is your start square little zone here. So we've got a little bit of water motion in the start square, just a little bit. We've got a water source up here in the form of this lake, which is feeding that water flow. And then we've got this little pond, which if you read the description, they're suggesting this is for your water sewage outflow. Now, sorry, but no. just no, thank you very much. I want to use it's such a pretty little pond. You don't want to be sticking sewage in there. It's going to work, clearly, but I'm just not liking it. I would prefer a little bit more water flow going through that passage through the start square there. Put a drain maybe at the top end and the water source just down here at the bottom end. Just a little bit, just enough to force the water through a bit faster, and that would be a lot of an improvement. Now, looking around at potential build locations, it's very hilly, okay? It's very rugged, and if you want a nice flat build plane, you are not going to like today's map. If you want a challenge about working out where to build next, this is definitely a map for you. Yes, we're out of 25 tiles here, but there's a big build plane area there if you're going to be using the 81 tile mod. This lovely essential lighthouse, this is well placed. I like that. That is great work. Now I'm going to look around. There is at least one more essential lighthouse. The good essential lighthouse keeper's cottage there. Very cool. Not sure where you're supposed to moor your boat up, but one way or another you can get onto the island. There's another lighthouse somewhere which is not quite perfect. I mean, we're talking about 98%, and I want to try and show you how that can be improved upon. Let's have a look at the snow while we're here. The mountains are definitely rock solid. The snow on the top, though, because of the way that the Alps Dolomites theme works, you need a little bit of a flatter surface area on the top for a decent snow covering, and I think this would be an improvement. I love the choice of trees as well, the Miyagi trees there with a little bit of snow on them. But yeah, the snow caps on the tops are great, but I'd like to see just a little bit of a smoother surface on the top of the mountains, just to allow for a little bit more snow. That would definitely be an aesthetic improvement. That ship hasn't taken that intersection, has it? It's not gone towards the bridge. So I haven't proven that shipping would cut across that way, but I think it might. The essential lighthouse, this isn't the one I was looking for, so we're going to ignore that one. There's nothing wrong with that one at all. I'm just going to let that one go. And a tree. Look at this little tree all on its own. His own little tree island. It's not really a bonbon island, is it? It's too small. There's a little tree house in the top of that tree. That's where I'd be. Right, where were we? Yes, looking around for that. I'm just eyeball checking for the lighthouse. While I'm doing that, you can get a better feel for the map as a whole. I'm just looking around. I know it's one somewhere. This island's a nice island, very hilly as well. That's the one we saw earlier. Let's shall we have and we've got some rocks here. This is a good location for a lighthouse maybe, but never mind. Yeah, where the hell is that? Oh, look over here. Oh, I've seen it. The essential lighthouse down here. That could be 1% better. Traffic going past my window. Sorry about that if you heard that one. Yes, look at the steps leading up to it. It's just a little bit of a hazard at the end there, a bit of a drop off. Let me see if I can't better align this lighthouse using Move It. No, so I'm just talking minor percentage. We're talking shades of grey here. It's all shades of grey, all 50 of them. Something like about there, I think, would be just a slight improvement on what we had. It's minor stuff. I'm not deducting any stars for something as tiny as that. Oh, we really do need to have a look at this river as well, because it leads down to probably the prettiest part of the whole map, which is a marshy area. Now, we had a lot of lag last week. You'll see a bit of lag now because we are going down to an area which is strewn with grasses, and grasses are well renowned for causing lag because there's a lot of processing required to do grasses. But anyway, what do you think of the map as a whole? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? I think it has a serious chance. But only you can decide. It's not down to me. It's the Viewer's Choice. That's you, by the way. Hit that button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Do all of the buttons. Okay. Aesthetically, I like it. It's a very pretty map. Only improvement could be with those mountain tops, just having a little bit more flat surface area at the top to allow for more snow and therefore 4 stars because it can be slightly improved on. Detailing is not too bad across the whole. We do have those trees on the road though, and a little bit of road glitching. But other than that, excellent work. I'm giving it 4 stars. Gameplay potential. I think this map definitely has a core player. The serious player will like this one. There's not that much in the way of flat build playing, but it's a challenging map. There's a lot going for it. What I'd like to see though is like improved water flow through that start square. That for me would give it the seal of approval. I'm still giving it 4 stars for gameplay. So there we are, Bligh Island by Hamshi. It's that close to a seal of approval from me. But if you are an experienced player, you played a lot of these, you do like a map that's a challenge, that isn't stupidly difficult, that there is a map for you to put on your list to do, definitely. Well, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, and for joining me for another map review. There'll be another map review tomorrow. There's one from over a year ago there, which I just had a vote put on it today. So go and watch that one if you like voting on maps, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. Woo! Get me coffee.